If you just train the facial muscle in your eye area called the orbicularis oculi, you will get just as attractive eyes as a model, which is called hunter eyes. In this video, I will show you all the exercises that I know in order to make your eye area more attractive. So you can start holding eye contact with every girl you walk past by and they will just instantly fall in love. My name is Oliver and I help guys become the most attractive version of themselves. And if you didn't know already, the single best way to do so is by building an aesthetic face and body. I have a program where I make customized workout plans for your specific looks. So if you're interested, then go have a look at the top link of the description. All the details are there. So when we train the orbicularis oculi, the muscle in your eye area, we will get lots of different things. First of all, we will get something called a positive Canthal tilt. Basically, this just means that your eyes go like in this line. You can kind of see how my eyebrows goes upwards like this. It doesn't go downwards and upwards. It doesn't go like what I call a ghost, where your eyes looks like this, or a rainbow, you could say, where your eyes goes like this. Maybe like, oh shit, she has big titties. you know that kind of look, right? So when we get this positive Canthal tilt, we also get less upper eyelid exposure. And when we get these things, we get something called the hunter eyes. So before I tell you the exercises that you can do to grow this muscle, I quickly want to tell you my story back from around 2021. So in 2021, I used to have this kind of ghost look. Like I just looked like, oh my god, she has big tits. That's kind of like our phrase from now on, okay? If you have that kind of ghost look, it's because you're fucking over-sexualizing a woman. But anyway, the point was that when I then was younger and I had this kind of look, I could always tell that whenever I was speaking together with a girl, when the rare opportunity came, it's like I could just always tell that they weren't sexually invested in me or like in the conversation. They just did it out of like being polite. However, as soon as they started to speak with the more attractive guys from the classroom, like they weren't even nice like me. I was always smiling, I was complimenting the girls, I was hyping them up, all of these different things. Whenever the girls had any problems with, let's say, a guy, or let's say in her family, maybe she had a problem there, maybe she got hurt in like the pauses that we had in school, I was always the one coming to help. I was always the one speaking together with them for 30 minutes, where I was trying to be like, oh, okay, what happened? How can I help you? Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, so, oh, yeah, you have problems at home? Okay, I will highly recommend it. I was basically being like a life, like, the therapist. I was sitting there together with them and I was really trying to help them, giving them advice, and they were always so grateful. They were like, oh, thank you so much, I really needed this kind of talk. But whenever I tried to kinda, what could you say, escalate and trying to get something more out of it, trying to be more sexual, all of a sudden they weren't really that interested anymore. I was like the buddy they could come to be to get some fucking free therapist help, but I wasn't the one that they wanted to be together with. And as soon as that kind of hot guy from the classroom all of a sudden just walks up to her, says something kind of disrespectful, but all of a sudden she's fucking laughing in his face, touching his shoulder, being like, ah, you're so funny. And I'm just sitting in the corner thinking, how unfair. And I figured out, first of all, of course it's a bit of charisma, but the most important thing is the looks. Because you've probably seen those kind of memes on the internet. A fat guy and an attractive guy can say the same joke, but the funny guy, not the funny guy, but the attractive guy would just be more funny. He would just automatically be the funny guy. That's when I started to take things seriously. And I started to wonder, I just can't believe that I'm just, cooked with my genetics. There has to be some kind of way that I can improve my looks, even though I wasn't born with good genetics. So I started researching all the things that I knew about looks maxing. I started to figuring out how to style your hair properly, get the proper haircut, all of these different things. Don't have unibrows here, all those basic things. But I knew they didn't really do that much of a difference. And that's when I started to figure out you can train specific muscles in your face, just like you can train specific muscles in your body. And that's exactly why now I want to go to the part how to train your eye area muscle. So if you had the same kind of eyes as I did, so basically if you had the ghost kind of look we talked about, or maybe you had a negative Canthal tilt, which means that your eyebrows goes like this. The way that we fix this is just by taking our fingers by the end of our eyebrows, and then we will pull upwards and then to the side and then push down like this, trying to make an angry face. But don't close your eyes, because if you close your eyes, you will take the tension away from the exercise, and then you will not target like the muscle here, but you will target like your muscle up here at your forehead. While that is the most effective exercise, we can also do something throughout the day to actually learn the expression. Because the thing is, first of all, it's like the muscle which pulls the end of our eyebrows up here, right? That will get us this positive Canthal tilt I talked to you about. But also just that we need to learn the expression. Because when we actually learn the expression to have the hunter eyes, and we keep learning and repeating, holding that expression, it will actually become totally natural. In the start, you could clearly see when I tried to excessively do it, you could see like I got wrinkles here, which means that you're overdoing it, right? Now when I'm doing it kind of normally, you can see I'm not actually forcing anything. Like it's just become a natural kind of look that I have, a more calm look. And the way that we do this is doing something called the UUDD method. The UUDD method is a popular model thing to do to learn to have that kind of hunter eye expression. Basically what it stands for is very simple. It's just up, up, down, down. So what we want to do is that we want to look upwards, then with the eyebrows, pull your eyebrows upwards, then look upwards, then go downwards, so kind of make an angry expression, and then we look downwards again. That will give us basically the look. Obviously you need to experiment with this a lot of the times, but it will basically learn you to have this more calm look if you also had this kind of ghost look, because we have been used to actually using our muscle to look like this. So we want to learn how to slowly have a more calm look, and that's when you will get more attractive eyes. These exercises can be pretty difficult to do, and that is exactly why, as a bonus guide inside of my program, I will also review your form and technique while you do all of the exercises, so you will save so much time instead of you having to think, oh, am I doing it correctly? Because honestly, we look like fucking idiots when you look into like the mirror. So it's just a nice kind of feedback loop. So again, it's in the top link of the description, all the details are there. So step number 2 is growing thicker eyebrows. So basically our eyebrows, if you have tiny eyebrows, like basically, just tiny eyebrows, you would just not look as masculine and therefore not as attractive. But the more thicker kind of look your eyebrows have, the more masculine you're gonna look and therefore look more attractive. So it is to be said that I haven't tried this method actually myself. I've just been researching about it on the internet and saw that those things can help. But I'm actually buying these products now because I want to experiment with it. Then I can kind of give you my feedback if you want to get like the absolute certainty of knowing that it will kind of work. But if you want to take a look at it and you have some money to spend, then these are the products that I've written down for you. So first of all is an eyebrow enhancing serum. If you just use that on your eyebrows, it's said that it will kind of make you grow just more eyebrows in general, which will over time make it more thicker, like your eyebrows. The second thing that we actually want to combine using this kind of oil or this kind of serum with, it is actually microneedling. So microneedling is so smart to do, because it's basically a like pen that you can roll against your eyebrows with small needles in. And the thing is that when we roll against our eyebrows here, you will put small holes around your eye area. And the thing is, when we make holes and we put that serum in, it will actually activate more of our hair growth that we actually do have around these areas. But you know, it's just hasn't been activated yet. And that's the good way that we can do it, by using the microneedling and then put serum in it. That will activate more like hair growth around our eyebrows. So now I want to go to the last step, and that is just actually to show you the before and after results that I have gotten. So basically, if you take a look at these two pictures, you can clearly tell that I have improved so much. And do you want to know the crazy part of this? You probably won't believe me, but I was 18 years old here. Holy shit, I'm bad at drawing. But here I'm 19 years old. Is that not a crazy transformation to go from in 1 year? So basically, these are like the results that you can expect. The reason why I wanted to show this is because there's so much bullshit on the internet telling you that if you're past your puberty, for some reason you are just like, you can't grow more attractive. And that is absolutely bullshit. Like, I really want you to understand that I just started to do specific muscles, like specific exercises for my muscles in my face, and I started to become way more attractive. There's one more thing that I did other than this, and that was just in general becoming more leaner. You can clearly see that I have more definition on this side. Like, you can see like the holes here, like the hollow cheeks. I don't really have that over here. But basically, the differences has just been huge. Like, you can clearly see. But anyway, it was just to show you that it can actually happen without surgery or just relying on puberty. And as I said, there's something that I call the 4 key facial muscles that will make this complete transformation happen. And inside of my program, I go on one-to-one calls with you, where I personally review your form when doing these exercises. And then I will literally tell you step by step what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right, so you can save lots of your time. Think about how valuable that is, because instead of you having to use 6 to 12 months researching about how exactly to do this, because you need to find the correct video, but people are just gatekeeping it on YouTube, all of these different things. And it would just be way easier if you just are inside of a program where you know somebody will actually tell you exactly how to do it. You'll save so much more time. So you will literally get my results in like 2-3 months instead of waiting 12 months. Think about how valuable that time is. Again, it's in the top link of the description. All the details are there. So now that we are at the end of this video, I really want to say a thank you for watching this far. And if you really are into this kind of looks maxing niche thing, then I would highly recommend you to go down and click subscribe to my channel, because this is the best looks maxing channel on YouTube. If you want to keep on learning, then go have a look at this video over here. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day, bro. Mwah.